Hello, wonderful, amazing video game type people, and welcome to Sunless Sea. Alright, so this game is absolutely incredible. You may remember when it came out, probably about a year ago, and I really like it because of the writing. I think that this is probably one of the games that has the best writing. There's also Fallen London, which is an online browser game. So if you want to see if you like the writing in this game, you can totally play Fallen London. It's free, it's a browser game, it's also very fun, and it takes place in London. Or I should say in Fallen London. Sunless Sea takes place in the rest of the Neath, which is the setting of Sunless Sea. And as you're going to see, it's really quite wonderful. It's a choose-your-own-adventure, meets survival, meets exploration game. It's really well done. It's really lots of fun. Let's get right into it. So, are you sure you want to start a new game? Yes. Alright. There we go. I wish to move the book. That's okay. I can't move the book. Captain's Making. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Untersee. The Untersee. Ja, das ist gut. Okay. Choose a past. Decide where you were, who you were, and what you want to be. Or a past wreathed in shadows. Decide later. Okay, no. So let's go ahead and choose a past. It's saving the game. You can see right there. Boom, boom, boom. Also, I reset the tutorials, so we should get some sort of tutorial as well. 3 decades ago, you now lodge in a room above the blind helmsman. Who were you? Now you're a captain. Now you belong to the Untersee. But who were you before? A street urchin, a poet, a veteran of the campaign of 68, an ordained priest, or a natural philosopher? So let's take a look. Your street urchin gang cast you out when you grew too tall. You took to sea rather than graduate to larger crimes. That last big score was enough to buy a ship. That's awesome. Bonus to Veils. Ooh, I'd better give a quick rundown. These are your skills, right? Hearts, veils, pages, mirrors, and iron. So iron is your combat skill, essentially. Mirrors is your, what would it be? Perception. Yeah, let's go with perception. Pages is your intellect. And it also increases the speed at which you convert fragments to secrets, which is the experience points in the game. Veils is all your stealthy things. And hearts, I guess, inspire, heal, defend. Cool, so maybe an endurance would be a good way to put that. Okay, so a street urchin. This will give you a bonus to, so whichever one you choose will give you a big bonus to that specific one. I like Poet particularly because it gives you a bonus to pages, and obviously that boosts how quickly you level up, so also very useful. Educated and articulate, you seek sensations at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Your long-vanished father had a rich patron, it seems. Veteran of the campaign of 68, you fought in the invasion of hell. London's armies lost. You survived. Your loot and your pension have brought you a command. Oh goodness. Okay. An ordained priest, you fell from grace. There is nothing left ashore for you. An anonymous benefactor has found this way out for you. Perhaps at sea you can overcome your appetites. Oh my. I wonder why we fell from great grace. A natural philosopher. Your peculiar theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the Neath, the cavern where London lies, and now they take you out to sea. I like natural philosopher, and I like a poet. Let's go with... the quicker you can find a firing solution in combat. That's pretty cool. That means you'll get to fire faster with mirrors. Let's try natural philosopher instead of pages this time for some reason. Alright. So you've gained 25 mirrors. You now have 1 plausible surgeon. You've gained 20 echo. You were a natural philosopher. Now you're a Z captain. Your a stranger quality has gone. Welcome to the world. Your acquaintance, the plausible surgeon, will serve as a ship's doctor until you find someone better. Talk to him to find out why he went to Z. Cool. Choose an ambition. Oh, there we go. We can move it now. Your father's bones. So these are essentially, what does winning mean to you? The different types of winning. Now, this is really cool. It will be someday. Very cool. Very cool. So one of the cool things about this game is it sort of has a built-in you need to die mechanic. And I played this game for a long time on a previous hard drive, so I don't have the save anymore. But when I did play it, I actually never died. So I missed out on a lot of the gameplay. which is kind of funny. Because as of right now, I have a lot of achievements, but I just never got the most common Steam achievement, which is dying. Oh well, I definitely went for your father's bones. This seems to be the story, the plot one, the plot end goal. Your father was lost at Z. You never knew him, but you've often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. That sounds really cool. Fulfillment: gather 100 tales, learn all you can of the Z, write a masterpiece, retire. Also sounds nice. You know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion, servants, fine clothes, a family, perhaps. That's also nice. A private kingdom. This is totally new. So it's been about a year since I've played this game. So we're going to have to catch up and see how things are now. See what changes there are. It's kind of nice. We're going to go for your father's bones. Full Fathom 5. Find where he fell and bring him home. When you found your father's bones, you can retire to victory. Explore fallen London to find your first clue. An occurrence. Aha. Okay. A last scrap of paperwork. Captain, an irregularity with the Harbour Master's office. They wish to know, what term of address do you prefer ashore? This will determine what people call your captain, but your captain's gender is up to you. There we go. Madam, sir, citizen, my lord, my lady, or captain. I really like the idea. Captain will do perfectly well ashore as well as at sea. Thank you. I like that, captain. Sir, madam. More Z captains choose this than you might expect. That's funny. A term of address popular among I think that's new. That wasn't in there before, so that's really funny. Let's go with my lord. Perhaps you really do come from a noble family. Who's to know? A pleasure to welcome you on board, my lord. A last piece of advice. Explore. Take chances. This captain will probably die. The Z is hungry, but each captain passes on lessons to the next. Okay. So now we get to pick who we are. All right. Generally, I think females, males, and sort of gender-neutral types. Could go either way, I guess. I really like this one, actually. That was the one that I played on in my first game. But let's see if we can find somebody a little bit different. I like this guy, too. And we are a natural philosopher, so we might as well. Let's go with this guy. He's kind of cool. He looks like he has spectacles. He's got good hair, nice hat. Very well, very well. Okay. And his name shall be Theodore. Theodore, my lord. He looks like a Theodore, does he not? Oh my. Your father lost at Z so very long ago. The trail was cold, but now you have a lead. It is said that she controls half the crime in London. It is said that she is 500 years old. It is said that she can distill spirits that delight the tongue and melt the flesh. It is said that she has paid for a memorial headstone to be set up for your father. What does she know? All right. We're going to go to the gracious widow. The night under the earth. The widow receives you in utter darkness, blank as a bandage laid across your eyes. This is usual for the widow. Yes, she says, and her voice is oddly youthful. I have an interest in your father. I had hoped news of the headstone would bring someone looking, and here you are. I have an idea where his bones might be. Perhaps you will help me recover them. But I would like you to cover my expenses first. I need something for my tonics. Scintillac. You can find it in Port Cecil, I understand. You may go. Bring a unit of Scintillac from Port Cecil for the widow. Port Cecil can be found in the center of the Untersee, near the Cannet. Bring Scintillac from Port Cecil or elsewhere to the gracious widow in London. Nice. Can we, there we go. Sometimes, I don't know what determines whether you can grab it. Do I just have to hold down on it? Maybe I just have to hold down. No. That worked. That worked. Okay, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's cool. Fallen London. Deep, dark, and marvelous. All voyages start here. And this is where successful voyages end. Advice for captains, your lodgings, London, your father's bones, the next step. Okay, let's click on this. I guess you can click on the right side here as well. So that's quite nice. The much-lamented M. de Meaux found a watery grave long, long ago. Probably your end will be no better, but if you read this book of invaluable advice, your chances will improve. Perfect. Let's spend some time reading through the tutorial. On endings and beginnings. Captains often die. This is not the end. When you die, you'll learn lessons which will help you survive next time. Beware. The layout of the Untersee changes with each new captain, but home waters are stable, and islands will only move so far. Legacies. Future captains can inherit some skills, officers, equipment, and money. Over time, you'll find extra items and advantages that allow you to preserve a greater inheritance. Wonderful, thank you. On exploration. Exploration is the heart of the game. Risk brings reward. Staying close to London is safe, but eventually you'll run out of fuel and supplies. Exploring and playing port stories will allow you to find secrets and echoes. Echoes is the money in the game world. Speak to your officers to spend secrets on improving your abilities. Spend echoes on equipment in port. You can often find officers in London. Thank you. On mercy. Unforgiving mode is how the game is meant to be played. One autosave, updated whenever you reach port and wiped on death. If you're getting frustrated or want a more leisurely exploration, you can switch to merciful mode. Go on. Saving or loading manually will permanently switch your character to merciful mode. This will remove the Invictus token. Completing a game with the Invictus token intact is a badge of honor. Very nice. We don't want that. We're going to play with our Invictus token. And truthfully, when I say I never died, I did also play with the Invictus token back in the day. So it was really fun. It's a great game, and once you find that certain balance between risk and reward, knowing how much fuel and how many supplies you need to take out and about when you need to start heading back to London, you'll do a pretty good job. On machines. Your prow lamp dispels darkness, reduces terror increase, allows you to find Z marks. Your engines, of course, drive the ship forward into the night. Both your prow lamp and your engines use fuel. More powerful engines use more fuel, but all lamps use fuel at the same rate. Try not to run out of fuel. Note that the Admiralty will compensate you with fuel for port reports. And this is very important for the game. You need to know that. So every port you go to, you get a port report, and when you come back, you get about 1 fuel per port report. And that really saves you a lot of money. Alright, that was on machines. On finding places to explore. Use your Z-Bat Scout. Technically, it's a chiropteroscope, but we're among friends here. Press Z or click the Z-Bat button in the bottom of the screen, and it'll tell you where the nearest undiscovered island is. Be warned, if you're moving, it will give less accurate directions. Pause to get the most accurate reading. Cool. You don't really need the Z-Bat, but it's the same idea as sending out a bird, and if the bird returns with a stick in its beak, then you know. Then you just know. On fighting. When your enemy is in the arc of your guns, you'll see the firing solution. The glow around the fire buttons increase. When it's complete, let them have it. You can fire earlier if you like, but may miss. Larger ships have access to different gun slots. Avoiding enemy attacks. A green glow means your enemy is in the light. Enemy ships also have an arc on their guns. Try to stay out of their way. Enemy Z-Beasts will generally try to ram or bite you, and they'll submerge between times to avoid your attacks. If you're careful and turn your lights off, you may also be able to sneak up behind them and get a shot in first. Very cool. So that was on fighting. On stories. When you put into port, you can generally explore and exhaust the story options until your next visit. If you have the something awaits you quality when at Z, you know that more story is waiting for you when you make port. It'll pop up whenever you're sailing around. If you see a flavor message like distant bells, that means you have something awaits. And there's a little icon here that you'll notice, and that means that you can go back to port and continue. Essentially, the way it works is you can't do everything in a port all at once. You have a limited amount of time, in a sense, so you can't just hang out and keep doing things. You're really only supposed to hang out in a port for a day, I suppose, because you are, after all, a Z captain. It's a little bit arbitrary, but it works very well. So that was on stories. On terror. Terror increases gradually over time while you're out at Z away from land. Watch the skull. That's right here. When you see orange or red pips, terror will bump up if you spend much longer in the frightening place. Many events will increase it too. And of course, I believe if it goes to 100, you go insane and lose. How do I reduce it? Use shore leave in London or in other ports, but London is most cost effective to reduce it. Lots and lots of other stories increase or reduce terror. Alright, and on news stories. We'll add news stories to the game from time to time. You can download them from the main menu. And actually, before starting this Let's Play, I just downloaded a bunch of news stories. Registering on Fallen London. You need to register an account with our system to download stories. Coincidentally, this also gives you a login on our odd, rich cult browser game at www.fallenlondon.com. You should definitely give it a try if you like the world of Sunless Sea, but it's 100% optional. Alright, and it is a fun game. I've actually played Fallen London quite a bit. After playing this, it got me into it, and I tried it, and I was like, woo, that's awesome. Sell this book. You're a veteran captain and require no more advice. Very well, then. Sold. Someone else will better appreciate M. DeMo's work. You've gained 50 echo. You no longer have any of this. Advice for captains. Yay. That's so nice. You get to sell it for 50 gold. Okay. Your lodgings, London, and your father's bones. So we know what we have to do for our father's bones. Here's our cargo. We have 5 supplies and 10 fuel. We have a ghetto weapon and not very good engine, not very good boat. It's all quite sad. But we do have a whisper-locked puzzle box. Speak the right phrase, and the tumblers will align and unlock it. But what is the right phrase? The alarming scholar may have some ideas. I think I got this from playing Fallen London, so there's a little bit of overlap. I think that it was if you sign up for registration, that was the reward. Something, I don't quite remember. And this, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So that's actually poetry from a famous poem. I believe the poem is called Invictus, actually. And it's also in the movie Invictus, which I believe is about Nelson Mandela. I don't think the original poem was about Nelson Mandela. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's one of those really old poems from the 1700s, maybe 1800s. I learned it some time ago in university class. Anyways, wonderful. Those are the things we have. This is our journal. Objectives and story progress are on the right-hand side. Mouse over an icon or click on the category heading to see details. Thank you, tutorial. So we know that we have, there you go. Ta-da, ta-da. So this is our main quest. And we're almost safe, yay. Your officers, left-click and drag to assign officers, or right-click to speak to them. Assigned officers give ability bonuses. Once we go to C, we should speak to our plausible surgeon. And he gives us a doctor aboard, which is quite nice, pages and hearts. So actually, that's sort of nice. Even though we don't have a first officer, we do have a doctor by starting with the natural philosopher one. Shops. Here you can buy fuel, supplies, ship equipment, and trade goods. Shops are displayed on the left. Click on one to see its wares. So as you can see here, we have different types of the wither and optical. Aha. Mirrors +1. So they would actually boost your mirrors but reduce your veils. Obscure energies. Crazy. Caminus Yards. The dangerously jovial Mr. Fires manufactures the most intimidating, least carefully tested devices. You can see what you can even sell as well. You can sell claymen. So that's kind of cool. Clay stokers. But you can't buy them here. This is how much it costs to buy, how much echo, and how much echo you would get if you sold it. And sometimes things aren't in echoes. But for the most part, torpedo nets. Woohoo! Protection against torpedoes. The sea worm. And you can see that it might actually be... That's a torpedo gun, hey? That actually requires torpedo. Yeah, it costs 1 torpedo components per use. So it's quite expensive. But you'll notice it does significantly more hull damage than this one. Warm-up time 4 seconds. Warm-up time 4 seconds. Stagger amount 4 seconds. So it'll technically slow them down. Yep, that's kind of cool. If you really wanted that. Forward weapon, deck weapon. Do we actually have a position for it? We don't, so there would be no point in using it. You'll notice that we have an auxiliary and bridge slot on here. If we wanted a different ship, then we might be able to pull it off. But again, ships are ridiculously expensive. Just look at something like this, the Dreadnought. That's 29,000 echoes. Good luck getting that. And I remember playing the game for a long time and not seeing a lot of echoes at all. So the echoes come hard. The echoes certainly come hard. Mrs. Plenty's shopside provisioners. This is where you buy your fuel for the cheapest and your supplies for the cheapest, I believe. And you can buy other things too. Cool, very cool. Advice for captains. We've already sold it. Wolf Stack Exchange. They'll buy things from you. Oh, but you can also buy dark drop coffee beans. And why would you want to buy dark drop coffee? Well, you can actually... Yeah, this is it. It is difficult for a small trader to turn a profit buying at bulk prices. Look for other opportunities. So the game doesn't really encourage you to try being a trader. It doesn't want you to be a trader, and it is very much difficult. I think there are a few things you can do if you want to try being a trader, but there are much better opportunities elsewhere. Special trades that you might be able to do, or special requests. But just going from store to store using shops to buy and sell generally isn't going to work in this game. That's not what they wanted for this game. So, sadness. But that's how it is. The dark drop coffee, once you have more money, you can use this to give it as gifts to the Khanate, if I remember correctly. The Mongolians, they've also ended up down in the Neath. The Iron and Misery Company, more powerful engines, and this is absolutely wonderful because why wouldn't you want more powerful engines? The Serpentine. Secure compartment. Cargo security. This will help protect against acquisitive passengers and to over lively cargo. That's so funny. Secure compartment. Sounds very nice. Okay, so engines, we have the elderly steeple engine, which is exactly this thing here. We can sell it for 10 echo. What? That's so depressing. I want one of these. Something really nice. Now, the other problem is once you upgrade your ship, it generally slows down as well. And the more things you have in your hold, the slower your ship goes. So getting speed in this game is actually quite difficult. This tramp steamer has served well, but for a long time. It's not a very good ship. So that's a bummer. Okay, cool. We've looked at a couple things here. Let's go to our lodgings. Read the morning paper. So you're going to want to read the morning paper every time so that you get recent news. You can give recent news out to people outside when you're going. They say, hey, what's going on in fall in London? And well, I know because I read my paper. The spiteful trumpeter news. The Canada's threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The Untersee, the paper's report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet, it hasn't. You'd know. Oh ho! A promotional coupon from Mrs. Plenty's Provisioners for a half cask of salt herring. You could use that. And look at that, we already got it. You've gained 1 supplies. Perfect. Alright. If we had these things... Right, so visit your study. Once your lodgings are large enough to support a study, you can create items such as an ironclad will, a whispering trophy cabinet, or the Zong of the Z. Right, so you actually need a certain amount of luxury. You need an elegant house, which costs 1,000 echo, which is far too much. Far too much. Consider retirement. Oh, I would never want to. Back to the rest of the city. Let's go back. Woo! Okay, London. She's the greatest city of the Untersee, and don't you forget it. Visit the Admiralty survey office, visit the university. We can't go into the university unless we have a secret. So, find secrets by locating locations of interest. This will always tell you what you need in order to get somewhere. So, carouse in Wolfstack Docks. This will reduce your terror. You might run into trouble or romance. This is how you meet a beautiful lady. Yeah. But you also need a free evening, and we don't have that right now. We have to go. Hire on more crew. We could do that. It would cost us some echo. I don't think we need to do that, but we could. Put your ship in dry dock. Offer passage to a tomb colonist. That would an emigrant will pay to be taken north to Venderbite. And a new recruit. You need another day and new recruit. So we can't actually do that. This is how you would recruit other captains here. We could leave and come back and try. That might work. But I'd rather not. We're going to go to the Admiralty's office. The Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The survey office pays Z captains a small sum for recent information. Visit and investigate ports to gain port reports and trade them in here. The first time you trade in a port report, you'll gain Admiralty's favor. And you have to do 3 port reports in order to actually talk to the Admiral. Ask if there's anything in particular they need. Speak to our agent there and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Visit the port below and return to London. You can check the details on your journal at any time. So we need strategic information from the Iron and Misery Company funging station, somewhere not far from home water. So it'll be somewhere nearby, and wherever you go here, you get a higher payment for that. So that's really cool. Can we speak to the Admiral? Once you've proven yourself, perhaps. Survey 3 ports and return to the Admiralty. Cool. So I'm going to say, we're going to go out into the foggy street. Turn your color up. So we visited the Admiralty. I think we're ready. I don't really want to hire any more people. Ugh, maybe I should. Perchance not. And you can see here in our hold we have recent news. You can't collect more than 1 recent news at a time. Cool, and we can use that to get other things. I would like to, before heading out actually, just a little bit more supplies. Just a little bit. Okay. We'll go 1... London's currency is the echo. To earn money, explore the map, and bring back port reports and treasures. You can trade too, but exploration and stories are much more profitable. Very good. So we've got supplies, fuel. I think we'll do okay. Let's try that. Click the launch button to leave port. So you can press E or click the launch button. I think we're done. Let's go ahead and do it. And what did she want? She wants Scintillac. And where was I supposed to get Scintillac again? Oh my. Okay, well, I don't remember anymore. But it was a port. So So we've hit E. Movement. Use the WSAD. The WASD. This should be WASD. Keys to move. Tap W twice to reach max speed. Tap S to slow down or reverse. Use the A and D keys to steer. And you'll see that up here. So I hit W and that'll go up just like the old ships. We're going to actually turn off our lights because that uses up our fuel faster. And let's go. Maybe I should have taken a tomb colonist with me. Next time. We've got our repair ship. Toggle lights. The Z-Bat. Ooh, let's see if we can kill this thing. We're going to see about fighting. Combat. You've encountered an opponent. The red arc shows the range of your deck gun. Keep the enemy in range while your crew works out a firing solution. This will happen faster if you keep the enemy in your prow light. The deck gun will be highlighted as your crew makes progress towards a firing solution. Press space or close the tutorial to continue. Okay, cool. So the oral megaclops. Unfortunately, he's not behind us, which sucks. He's going to see us any second. I'm actually pressing the back buttons. You can see it's in range. That should be good. We're not going to move. And we're just going to wait till that loads up. And we're going to hit one. Boom! And he should come towards us, but no, he's too dumb. Boom! We're going to get him. Okay, so let's keep reading. Oh, there's a lot to read here. Combat. You've encountered an opponent. Red arc. Yep. Terror. When you see green running lights, we don't see them anymore. On the ship, you're in the dark, and your crew's... Oh, the running lights will pop up here. Let's pick this up first, and then we'll continue reading. The Megalops defeated. With a forlorn and wailing cry, the Megalops turns on its back, legs neatly folded. As bluish blood gouts from its wound, its golden glow begins to dim. Butcher it for supplies, or dissect it for knowledge. And we're going to dissect it for knowledge. We're going to get experience points instead of supplies. Yay! You've succeeded in a page's challenge. The higher the quality, the higher the chance of success. Yes, perfect. And you've gained 1 fragment, which is not a lot at all. That's really depressing. A crab full of conundrums. You set to work with your knives and acids. It is an undistinguishable adolescent specimen, a megalops of one of the deep sea crab species, but its eyes, normally vestigial in these troglodytic beasts, are large and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. Well, that was really disappointing. Oh, no. Oh, good. We almost ran into that thing. I wonder if I can... Yeah, if I can stop and... Yeah, the terror is still going to be going up, so we'd better dock. The point is... oh, can I pause it? Yeah, I can pause with space. Okay, so space is your pause button, which is what we need to do. Terror. Don't let it reach 100. There you go. This tells you how fast your terror is going to be going up. And this is every time this goes up to the max, I think you gain a point of terror. Or no, sorry, no. Your terror will still go. If this goes up to max, then it's over. The way this works here is as this goes, whenever it reaches this point, it's going to go down 1 supply unit. So these are crates of supplies, and that's just da-da-da-da-da-da, boom, how hungry people are. Fuel is whenever this goes down, you have 1 barrel less of fuel. That's heat, so you can actually choose to push yourself by using the full power to the engines, and then I'll blast this, and sometimes your engines will explode, killing some crew members. Alright, headlights, yep, firing solution, something awaits you. This is the lamp. After a short time at Z, a lamp icon will appear above the logbook. It means that opportunities await you at the next port. So we can actually go back now. Anyways, let's try this thing, see what this gives us. To visit the port, click the dock button. Lightship. Speak to the crew. Purchase fuel. They have a little spare, but it's twice the usual price. I don't really want to. Let's speak to the crew. Perhaps. You have 1 Z story. You've lost 4 terror. And okay, so that wasn't that great, but we did get 1 Z story, so that's cool. In the bleaching glare of the lens, among the smells of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. The Z terror recedes. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, we're going to leave. There's nothing else for us here. I hit E and keep going this way. I hit close on that. Let's send out the Z-Bat. Look at that. As you discover things, you're going to gain fragments way more, right? Ooh. Let's kill him. I'm going to slow down a bit. Oh, he's noticed us. Oh, he's coming for us. Did he hit us? He did. He hit us for 2 hull damage. Suffered 2 damage. There you go. That's okay. Do we want to dissect it or butcher it for supplies? Well, let's dissect it for now. Oh, we failed. It's not dead. You haul it aboard and set to work with your knives. Sailors rush to your aid with guns and boarding pikes. By the time they've finished, you're unharmed, but there's not much left of the beast. You tip it reluctantly into the Z. Shame that. Down to Mutton Island we go. All clear. Good. Quaker's Haven. And one of the things I like to do is kind of play it safe, right? So this is the map, and it's kind of done in longitudinal lines. And you want to explore, I would say, the entire this part of the map before moving out east, because everything gets harder out east. Most icons have keyboard shortcuts. Mouse over to see them. Cool. We're going to go to Quaker's Haven, see what's up down here. This circle of light is a port. Go there for stories. Yes, please. We're going to dock. Discovered Murray Straits. That's right here. 50 fragments. Good. So we're leveling up nicely. You gain a secret. And then you can use the secret to level up. And to level up, what you want to do is have various people, and then you talk to that person and say, hey, help me level up my this skill or my that skill. All right, once the simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs before London fell and the waters rushed in. There you go. A lonely hill, smoke spirals from cottage chimneys, a lonely hill rises behind town. Oh, we could pick up a wretched rock, but I don't really want to. This is a mascot, one variety of officer. We've already got a comatose ferret. He's quite lovely. And it costs us 3 supplies. I don't want that. No. No. Meow, meow. A yellow-eyed, mangy, piebald thing winds around your ankles like a manacle chain. You've never seen a cat's mouth open that wide. Presumably, it's hungry. No, we don't want it. It'll give us a cat. I don't want a cat. I'm happy with a ferret. Drinks at the Cock and Magpie. There's only one public house on the island. The Cock and Magpie is famed for its local cider and, of course, the Z food. No, it's too much money. Explore the shore? Absolutely. So this is, whenever you see these when something awaits, it means that if you do it, that's the only one you'll be able to do, and you'll have to have another one of these before you return and do it again. So, visit the hilltop above town. Very modest challenge. That's this. Chat to the fishermen. Oh, that's to get the port report. It actually costs us an echo. That's okay. It's worth it. They sail to the Z around the island. They mend the nets by the harbor. They see all that happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. Boom. Pirates plying the waves. Smugglers at their work. Cannon ships putting in to resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. Yay. And we get paid, so it's actually worth it when we return. Okay, now let's decide. Do we want to explore the shore, or do we want to visit the hilltop above town? There's not much wind on the Untersee, but Mutton Island suffers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. Well, it is a challenge, so let's do it. Toasting the wind. Ah, we've gained a little bit of experience. Good. You stand on a cliff top, looking over the little village. Smoke from the chimney of the Cock and Magpie drifts straight upwards. As you watch, the smoke tilts. The sudden wind thins into a pencil smudge, then nothing. The wind screams unexpectedly, like a god cut in half. What a noise. It must be the caves around the islands channeling the air. At least that's the most comforting explanation. Below you, the locals each take nips from a shared flask and make a toast towards the mainland. The wind is a southerly. So you gain some experience points. You've succeeded in a pages challenge, and we'll go on. And there is, you can buy fuel and supplies, again, for quite a bit of money. Not really worth it. I think we're done here. We could still pick up the cat if we wanted, and we could reduce our terror for far too much money. So we're not going to. We're just going to leave. We are here to explore. And there's a very specific place that I'm supposed to go to, but I haven't found it yet. Ooh, what is this? It's fancy. Little ships throng the waters here. The crew grows wistful. They swap old stories of Sunless Sea. We draw near to the Humane Canal, the way to the surface. Very cool. That's right, there is a canal that lets you go up to the surface. Now, the game does take place down here, but you can make trips up to the surface to, for example, catch sunlight in boxes. We're going to toggle the lights off. We don't have that much fuel. Stalagmites loom in the distance like the cranes of Wolfstack docks, but vaster, vaster. The Corsairs' forest. Our lookouts are watchful. Okay, the Corsairs' forest. So these are pirates. We found the pirate hangout. You receive fragments when you discover new places. Acquire enough of them and you'll gain a secret. You can use secrets to improve your captain's skills by talking to officers or for some key stories. Oh. Where do I have to go to dock? Also, let's talk to him. Let's speak to him. Hello, my dear, my dear. Sit down carefully. Just let me tidy away these implements. Why, we don't want any carelessness, do we? So I can talk to him to increase our pages, which is exactly what I would like to do, actually. Oh, ho, ho, we'd like to talk about secrets, would we? Secrets are my favorite. Spending a secret will improve your pages, but no higher than 50. And so that's the other thing, too, is that there are limits based on who they are. So I'd like to do that. Ask after his desires and ambitions. He's traveled much, seen all manner of wound and malady, but is there anything left for him to discover? Any place he wishes to go? Alright, we're going to increase pages, I think. I'd like to ask after his desires and ambitions. The Shallonate. You know it? They collect corpses. He shifts in his seat. Vast, noble, complicated corpses. What I could learn, what I could see. My dearest captain, if we ever find ourselves in the Shallonate, I do hope you might see fit to release me from our arrangement. The Shallonate can be found somewhere in the far east of the Untersee. Yes, I guess if we go there, he'd like to just stay there. Cool. Can I get you to boost my old pages? I really would like that. You've gained 1 page. It's so sad. Only 1. Oh, you're breaking my heart. He likes to sit very close when he speaks. The plausible surgeon. He speaks familiarly of diseases and hauntings, as if he knew their first names, but chose not to disclose them out of courtesy and discretion. This makes some of his advice confusing, but you do learn intriguing details. So sad. A single point of pages. Ugh. Okay, but in all fairness, where the heck do I go to dock? You're killing me. There, that's it. That's the port. Is it not? Oh, nope. That's a boat. That's a pirate vessel, is it not? Oh, that's scary. I don't want to have to deal with that. We could beat them, but we take quite a bit of damage. That's where we have to do. This is the Corsairs Forest, so we're going to the, I forget what this is called, but this is where the pirates are. Discovered Guiders Mourn, that's right. Pirates and smugglers and other criminal scum. Ooh, ooh. Careful, your hull took damage from a collision. If you have trouble steering around rocks, try slowing down or going backwards with the S key. Alright, step carefully. The Mourn is a stalagmite, vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsairs' Citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship rises slowly from the Z. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchions. Higher, higher. Now the Untersee shimmers like glass below. Children clambering in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows, and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. So this is really cool. Basically what happens is they pull your ship up, and then once your ship has been pulled up by the crane, then you can explore Guiders Mourn. How cool is that? Alright, so this is actually a little bit harder because we're not really sneaky, speedy, stealthy. So you can see that a lot of Veil's challenges are here. So for example, if we actually want to collect intelligence, we would have to have high Veils to do it without risk. And so I don't know if it's actually worth it, because we would have a 30% chance of success. But we can overhear rumors of a pirate poet. We could introduce Blemigans to the Mourn, which is a thing that you pick up. They're sort of jellyfish critters. Or we could collect your ill-gotten gains. Have you been sending stolen ships to Corsairs Forest? Ah, you can be a pirate if you wish. That's really cool. Let's actually explore the Mourn. There's a surprising quantity of actual landscape on the Mourn. It's vertical, admittedly, but once you find the beast paths and urchin roads, you can traverse it as you would a rocky moor, with an additional throatful of lurching terror. So we have that, and we have the rumors of a pirate poet. Let's explore the Mourn. There's a surprising quantity of actual landscape. Okay, continue. Hey, An intriguing smell. Who'll try? Who'll buy? A street vendor turns skewers on a grill. The mixed scents are nothing like anything sold in London. Try the grilled troglodyte prawns. Huge and pale, and their eyes stare bleakly into yours, but they smell fresh. Do you have anything more robust? The vendor winks and produces a usefully anonymous skewer of meat. Ah, yes, this is if you've become a cannibal. You can eat cannibalized meat. Try something mysterious. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's not to everyone's taste. These will probably kill us. This vendor is vague. It looks something like a charred stick dripping with bluish fluid. Oh, gosh. No, no. We'll try the grilled troglodyte prawns for now. Ooh. Look at that. Our hunger has gone down. Not bad at all. Tangy and toothsome. Walk on, chewing cheerfully. You've lost 2 terror? Okay. Not a big deal. That's cool. Let's overhear rumors of a pirate poet. Lies, nonsense, glimmers. Some say she's a clay man who freed herself with the power of verse. Possible. Others insist she's the personal muse of the King of the 100 Hearts. Unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship made of the still screaming skulls of her victims. More sober voices mutter that no, it's just an Alcaeus-class vessel. Whatever the truths, few have fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest of captains risk the lonely parts of the sea where her flag is set to fly. Well, isn't that crazy? Arrange another afternoon at the Errant Limpet. Well, it's no longer risky, so that's nice. Not sure why. But a drinking den by the dock cradles is a good place for your crew to find companionship and let off steam. But although Guiders Morn is a free port, the Corsairs prefer their own and look askance at respectable Londoners. Well, might as well try it. You've gained 1 tier. Conversation quietens as the drinkers look around. You've been here too long, and you're attracting the wrong kind of attention. Time to move on. Ooh, okay, what can we buy here? We can sell honey and wine. Supplies and fuel, fairly expensive. And soulless fruit. Look at that. What about the friendly face? Oh, that's so illegal. This is, you can smuggle. It's very dangerous, but who cares when it's so pretty? Sunlight-filled mirror catch boxes. Ooh, you can sell them unstamped crates. So this is, you can smuggle stuff here. Yeah, that's definitely illegal. Concealed compartment. Ooh, some small degree of protection against excisemen searching your ship for contraband. If you want to become a smuggler, this is the place to go. Cool, cool, cool. Not my thing, though. I think what we may do is cut this episode here for now. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Next time when we return, I believe it'll actually start us in Guiders Morn, because it usually starts you at the last place you docked. So there is that. And yeah, when we return, we're going to get back and probably kill some pirate ship around here or something and see what happens. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. This has been Sunless Sea.